not good because you put for example, for a tag on the people and you talk. The people is not good. The people is not good, or the people is different. I think this is prejudice because you separated the people. So for me, is not possible. We can do. We can't do this.
For sure, for sure. You are separating them, giving them less opportunities, and also uh, judging by the cover,
Yes.
which is weird because it doesn't make any sense to judge someone by the cover. It makes sense to judge them by their acts and what
Yes.
they're saying, but not the cover, you know? What about you, Fabio? What do you think?
For me, because it's not limited to individual opinions, but is rooted in social, economics, culture, estrutura cultural, culture structures. It defines the opportunity, identities, and even entire lives. Hum, Não sei se eu falei isso corretamente, na verdade.
Even entire lives?
Even entire lives. É isso.
Uh, vidas inteiras, I think that is the meaning.
Isso.
Right? Nice, nice. For sure, for sure. We have a lot of a lot of types of prejudice, but racism is one that is very structural in our society, right?
Right.
What about question number 2, guys? When was the first time in your life you became aware of the concept of race and that society could treat people differently because of it? Priscila.
I don't know the exact time I think about this or I became the conscience, but because I am the black people and my father is a black people, my grandfather is a black people, so uh, that's true for me. I didn't have the problem with this. I didn't have in my life, for example. But I know the people that uh, had the problem with this. Uh, I don't know the exact time.
It's hard to know because we are learn even from a young age. We are taught, we don't know exactly when, but we learn from our parents, you know, from the
Yes,
society. Yes, for
yes.
sure. I don't remember also, but I remember um I had a cell phone when I was a teenager, and the cell phone I wanted another something like that, and my mother said, I'm gonna give this to a friend of mine. She was a black woman. And I remember saying, why are you giving this to her? Very frustrated, like she didn't deserve that cell phone. And my mother was like, we cannot think like this. She corrected me back then, but I was 11 years old, so I was already practicing something that our society taught me, you know,
Mm.
that black people don't deserve cell phones or something that I had access to back then. Fabio, what do you think?
For me, it's a rising childhood when they note the difference in treatment at school, uh, comedy programs on TV, commercials, or in family comments. For me, it's a shock to realize that society imposes hierarchies on sometimes that should be neutral.
For sure, you gave excellent examples. We have until today micro comments of especially older people that do these comments sometimes because they don't know the weight of the comment. They learn that this is normal. Sometimes they do and they still continue to do these comments. For example, a bad expression. We will have a question about this bad expressions. Let's go and we talk about bad expressions in the next questions. Let's go to question number 3. Let's discuss systemic racism. What does this term mean to you? Can you think of an example of how racism can exist in a system like housing, education, or justice beyond just the actions of individual people? Hard question, Priscilla.
Uh, of course, the racism is a structural problem in your world because I think the black people don't have the same opportunity that the white people. That's true. I don't know uh, what is the possible nowadays because we are the uh, now we are the pessoas evoluídas, but I can't believe it in this. We are discussing this topic nowadays. I can't believe this. It's not possible for me. But that's true. The system racism exists. We have this in our community. For example, I live I live near of uh, I don't know. I live near of favela. The I live on condominium, and we have the many people that uh, go in my trash. Do you understand the trash? And the people live with the trash. And when you show the people, the more than people are the black. It's that I can't believe in this, but it's possible nowadays. Is very hard. You talk about this, but unfortunately, this exists nowadays.
For sure, for sure. This is a common denominator with a lot of other countries that have white supremacy. More white people. Actually, no. Risca isso. We don't have more white people. We just uh, favorecemos more white people than black people here in Brazil, in United States, etc. What do you
Yes.
think, Fabio?
I think the systemic racism, this is when the racial inequality doesn't depend on a specific racist person, but is emblazoned in institution, instituições institutions. For example, in the job market, black candidates with the same resumes as white candidates receive failing interview invitations. Sometimes they are considered into changing their appearance after begin ride or suffer moral harassment at work. That for me, this is
Excellent point. Excellent point. Yes, it's something that is it doesn't depend on one racist person. It happens with the whole society right before our eyes. And we normalize it most of the time. We normalize this difference, unfortunately. Guys, question number 4. Brazil has a very unique and complex history with race. What are some ways that racism in Brazil is different from how it is often discussed in places like the United States? This is a hard question too. I don't mind if you don't know how to answer this, Priscilla.
I don't agree with these questions because the United States doesn't combat the racism. It's not
Mm-hmm.
true. I don't agree with this because in Brazil we are evolved with this topic more than United States because the United States I don't know in English there are uh, big history with the segregação
Mm-hmm.
de pessoas.
Yes.
In Brazil is different. No, for example, in United States there are different with the bathroom. For example, nowadays no, but in the past yes.
Mm-hmm.
In Brazil is not the common. I I I, I hope. So nowadays the Brazil are discussing this topic in TV or soap opera on the school, for example. I have the daughter, and she always talking about the racism, the discrimination of the people. We are evoluindo, but it's not the good scenario. But I think we can go. Uh, we can evoluir nesse in the subject in the future.
For sure. I agree with you. And if we compare our parents' generations with this new generations of your daughter, for example, we see a big difference because they talk about this, the young people talk about this topic with way more caution and respect
Yes,
that the older people do.
I
So
agree.
yes, they discuss this more. They naturalize that racism exists because I think our parents, they sometimes try to hide that racism exists. Oh, this is just a joke. They have to accept it's just a joke. You
No.
know, my parents say this a lot. In
Yes.
my school, this was a joke. Nowadays, you are me. So we have
Uh,
this problem. Fabio, what do you think?
I think the in the USA it's more recognized and debated. And in Brazil, it's often masked by the myth of the racial democracy, the idea that miscegenation has erased the inequalities. This makes it difficult to recognize the problem.
Yes, maybe in United States they are more direct to recognize that racism exists. And in Brazil, we try to hide this back then. Yeah, yeah, I think that happens also. Guys, let's go to question number 5 then. What does it mean to have racial privilege and why it is often invisible to the people who have it? Priscilla.
um, this subject is sensible because, for example, I am a black people. No. Oh, okay. Ah, you are not black people. No, I am black people. Uh, but I didn't have this problem any time in my life because s- I don't know, because maybe my father was my father had a good financial, for example. I didn't see this the problems with I don't know. Eu nunca tive problema com isso. Tipo, eu não sei por quê. Talvez porque meu pai teve boas condições, porque eu não morei, tipo, não morei numa favela, ou enfim. Mas é porque realmente, em alguns casos, ele acaba sendo invisível, né? Mas ele acontece. Sem dúvida.
For
Acontece.
sure. And we also have problems we also have discussions about the prejudice that people with a lighter skin suffers compared to prejudice that people with a darker skin suffers. So maybe we have two black people, two black men or two black women, but the one with the lighter skin suffers less prejudice than the one with the darker skin. So maybe your skin wasn't so dark that you received the same prejudice that other people. But yeah, it happens, like you said, it
É,
happens. Fabio, what do you think? What is your opinion?
Só pegando isso que você falou, o termo light skin aqui no Brasil nem é conhecido. Tecnicamente falando, tipo, ele só é conhecido entre os jovens como uma coisa um pouco mais da moda. Jovens que eu falo, a galera de 23 menos, tá ligado?
qual que é
É,
o termo? Eu perdi?
light skin. Light skin
Light skin?
light skin seria o equivalente a um pardo da gente.
Ah, tipo, teoricamente, tipo eu, assim, light skin, teoricamente, né? Vamos dizer assim.
Pode ser. Não,
Entendi,
não, não invalida, não.
entendi.
É porque
Acabou?
quando a
Hum.
galera fala de racismo, essas coisas, o pessoal ainda só acha que existe só um tipo de negro e acabou. Aqui em Salvador é muito comum isso.
Exatamente.
Ok,
And sometimes they try
yeah.
to, só fazendo um gancho.
Uhum,
And sometimes they try to refer to a person who is with a light skin, pardo. Oh, you're not that black. It's okay. I've heard that before in my circle of friendships. Like this was supposed to be a compliment, you know? Like,
uhum.
oh, you're not that black. Fabio, go ahead.
Na pandemia mesmo, eu deixei meu black crescer. Foi muito bom e muito trabalhoso. Não faço mais. Mas é parte das minhas raízes aí. Enfim, answer the question. Uh, the racial privilege, this when a white person, for example, never has to think about how their skin colors affect their safety in car or image. It's invisible because to choose who wave each it just seems like a normal life. This is it for me.
For sure. Doing a comparison is the same as a woman trying to explain to a man the the danger that she suffers walking on the street, but he will never understand because he didn't suffer this as a man. And a woman is always frightened. It's a comparison.
Esse problema que você falou ainda é um outro problema muito específico que é muito complicado também de falar.
All right, guys. Do you want to elaborate more, Fabio, about this?
Não, não. This is it.
Okay. Let's go to question number 6, guys. What are microaggressions? Why can these small everyday comments, which are sometimes not intended to be malicious, still be so harmful? Priscila.
Hmm. For example, ah, your hair is not s- tão ruim assim. Tipo, é, é, ah, você nem é tão pretinha assim. Tipo, né?
Exactly.
É, and I think this kind of the microaggressions is not good because because the all the people are fighting day after day. I don't know you are fighting, but I know you are fighting day after day. But and for example, I think the new the children, uh, for example, when I was a child, my hair was a black power, or not black power, but uh, was a different of my friends, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And I always uh, listen this kind of the talk of the people. Ah, your hair is não é tão ruim assim, but this is not good for who answer or listen this kind of the fala. I don't know eu não sei exatamente o que cada pessoa tem, but some people have your history is different. But for me, for example, the hair is not problem. Or for other people, the hair is a problem. Or for me, my skin is not problem. For the other people, can be a problem. We can is not legal or is not good you when you talk about the appearance of the other people,
For sure. Começar por aí.
né? I don't understand how the people always talk about the other people.
Like they deserve the right to
Yes,
talk
it's
about
not your
your
business.
Exactly.
It's not your business. Take care of your
Exactly.
business. No.
You have so many other things to talk about.
Yes.
For sure. And this example that you gave about bad hair, it's not a good hair. This is a sentence that I heard, that I hear even today in my family. My mother says this a lot. Of course, I try to understand where she came from, but I try to correct because, mom, this is not correct. You cannot say this anymore. But in the past, we normalized this. So imagine people who has a curly hair listening from the young age that they have bad hair.
Yes.
Nowadays, they are thinking they have bad hair. We have a change in culture about curly hair because now people are more comfortable using their curly hair, but I know grandmothers that say, "Oh, this hair is so messy. Take care of this
Yes.
hair." You know?
I f- Nowadays I think it's cool. The young people, the young girl with the black hair and the girl are free
Yes,
to be ela mesma.
for
Ah, acho
sure.
lindo. Acho
Of
lindo.
course. What do you think, Fabio? You told us you had black hair or black power and you let your black
Eu
grow.
ouvi bastante. Do meu black, eu acabei transicionando para cabelo cacheado, chegou até as costas, aí eu cortei e doei. Mas mais porque tava me dando trabalho mesmo, não por causa dos comentários.
Nice,
Mas,
nice.
mas aqui em Salvador, aqui na Bahia, infelizmente, a gente é um pouco mais mal educado na hora de responder alguém. Aí você já viu, em português mesmo, falou aquilo ali, já era. Vai ouvir o que não queria.
Really, you have this have this culture to answer to bad comments?
Ah, é muito da cultura daqui.
Nice.
Não acho isso tão bom, para falar a verdade. Até porque baiano é um pouco taxado como um povo meio mal educado. Muito por conta disso que a gente tem fama de não levar desaforo para casa. Aí, se a gente ouvir qualquer coisinha assim que, ainda mais se for racista, porra, negão, a gente caceta o cara, velho. No xingamento mesmo.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah.
ah,
You think you can think it's not that good, but looking at the other perspective, maybe
ah.
this is what our society needs. Quem fala o que quer, ouve o que não quer. Deveria ser assim.
Poderia só não ouvir. Acho que seria. Mas isso aí seria o paraíso. Bom,
Yes.
the question. There's are subtle comments or attitudes such you are so beautiful for some black, or your hair is exotic, uh, even without will intent the reinforcement the stereotypes and have a painful consequence. You're the pretty if you cut your hair, your mouth is too chicken. Chicken, no caso, grossa. Sua boca é muito grossa. You're all sunburned. Sunburned. Stay home. Acontece esse tipo de comentário. Wear real clothes. Straighten your hair. Tipo, como é que fala? Alisa esse cabelo. É uma coisa que se ouve muito aqui também. Your features are so fine, it's so beautiful. Porque tem negros que têm traços um pouco mais, como é que eu posso falar? Possuem tipo um beiço um pouco mais grosso, o nariz é mais achatado, só que tem uns que vem com o nariz como se fosse o genótipo de uma pessoa branca. E acontece que no Brasil ninguém é 100% nada, só que a galera não entende isso, infelizmente. Aí manda um negro de traços finos, nossa, é pra matar a pessoa.
For sure, for sure. The exotic comment I hear a lot, not from me, of course, but I hear of friends of mine. The comment of, can I put my hand on your hair? Can I feel your hair? Something like this is very weird. Oh my God. Let's go to question number 7. What is the crucial difference between being simply not racist, a passive stand, and being actively anti-racist, an active stance of opposition? Priscila, you are muted.
So sorry. I think it's not enough you are not racist. You not accept the racism in your side, for example, near you, and when you learning your your son about the future, about the life, and in Brazil, that the Fabio said, we are we are all the or nós somos a mistura de tudo, né? De tudo um pouco. Então a gente precisa entender que de ai, não sei falar. Next.
No problem. It's a hard theme and hard questions. It doesn't, it is not a problem if you don't know how to answer them. Fabio, can you answer this, please?
Not begin the racist is a simple no comment acts of hating. Begin anti-racist is active fighting injustice. challenge privileges and changing structures. I don't have to be aggressive, just raising awareness. For example, the term mulato is a pejorative term for a mixed race person. This is a pardo.
Nice example. All right, guys, let's go to question number 8. How can we have more productive conversations about racism with friends or family, especially when the topic is met with defensiveness or disagreement? Priscila, está mutada.
It is so hard this question because I can't believe that are people that mm, disagreement about racism.
Yeah.
Um, I think the people are we need be the more empathic empathic
Mhm.
empathic with the other people. For example, the black people, that's true, it's their history, the number or the number the numbers falam sobre isso, the pesquisas, e the black people don't have the same opportunity that the white people. This is the history. We can discussing about this is different, but I don't I don't know how we can have a good discussion about this. That's true. That's true.
Yes, because if a discussion is made by two people, one of them are closed-minded, it's hard. You cannot correct them because they are gonna think you are just pegando no pé,
Yeah.
and maybe they have an opinion that is, I don't know, 60 years old, an opinion that it was formed when they were a child. How can you change that opinion like this? It's hard.
Yes.
But this is something that I discuss with my husband a lot because our parents say a lot of racist expressions that are common in our societies nowadays, and in our families is more common because we have more people saying these sentences, so they feel free to replicate this, to repeat this. So we try to, in our case, we try to correct. We know that we will not correct 100%, but we try to show them. And sometimes I use the desculpa. Você vai ser cancelado. Alguém na rua pode fazer alguma coisa com você, pode te bater na rua se te ouvirem falar isso. I use this kind of things to, to alarm them because sometimes it needs to say something like this. Fabio, what is your opinion on this question?
For me, the key is activity, listen and patientful, avoiding the direct accusation and proving the concrete example help. Sometimes planting a seed of the reflection is more effective than winning argument. That for me, this
For sure. Requires a lot of patience.
Lot of.
Question number 9, guys. How has the representation of different racial groups in media, culture, and positions of power changed for the better in your lifetime? What work still needs to be done? Let's start with Fabio this time.
okay. There has been the progress, more black journalists, artists, and politicians is prominent positions, but there are is still the stereotypes and the lack of the real diversity, especially in leaderships and decision making positions. This
For sure, for sure. We know that Black people has gained more space in our society, more representation, but it's still not nothing compared to the representation of white people. Priscilla, what do you think?
I think we can um, learn our our sons and the young people. I don't know if my generation have the. Ah, não sei, a gente precisa ensinar a galera nova, porque eu não sei se a galera antiga, sabe, vai conseguir enxergar tudo isso de coisa ruim que faz com as outras pessoas. Não só o racismo, mas também tem o preconceito de gênero, enfim. É só com o ensinamento, cultura, change the culture, change the. I don't know.
Yes, I have the same opinion about renewing this society and believing in the younger generation because the oldest is a lost case.
Yes.
But we have some work to do.
I agree with you.
Hi guys, welcome back. I surprise you guys with a hard team. It was hard to talk about this.
Yeah,
Rafael came late in the meeting, but I said before you came that it was a sensible topic to talk about.
okay.
I already talked about sensible things here in other immersions, and it's hard because we get stuck. We try not to say the wrong thing. We want to express ourselves, but we are afraid to say the wrong thing in a YouTube live, and
That's true.
and
Yeah.
we also are facing the barrier of the language, so it's hard to express ourselves. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys didn't answer all of the questions, and if you couldn't express yourself the way you wanted, okay? But it's good to talk about this theme is important. How was the conversation in the other room?
I can start. So it was. I'm very excited, and I was trying hard to be here because I checked the subject before, and I faced many problems to be here, but I could enter. So good. I'm happy, and it was very difficult to talk about. Not just because it's something that we're not how say that use it to do it in our daily life. So, but even because it's hard, it's so abstract. It's something that I don't know what is systemic racism in Portuguese. It's so hard to explain. I don't know, to be honest. So, I would like just to how say that thank you or to say thank you for you, Sarah. It's so important to bring this kind of topics, even if it is difficult to talk about it. It's something that we have to talk. In the last question that you answered, it was about how to how say that approach this kind of thing with our family and friends. And I was talking to the guys that, in my opinion, it's so important to do it because it's the only relationship that we have based in trust and all this kind of this how say that this disagreement or something that oh it's hard to talk about it can be a little bit disappear because the people trust you and
Mm-hmm.
all kind of racism it's based in prejudice, it's based in ignorance, and you have to help especially the people that we love. So thank you so much.
Nice, nice answer. It's a good point. We didn't get to the 10th question, but it's a good thing that you guys could get there. Lucas, how was the conversation for you?
And as Rafael said, it's a very delicate, difficult topic, but super important to talk about and discuss. The question here a bit tricky to answer, find the right words. There here time is when I ask, even a little afraid to respond to it when intensity. But the conversation is very enriching and educational. Thank you, bring this topic. It is, and it's a very important. Thank you.
Nice, nice. Thank you guys for participating. Just to be clear, I didn't bring this topic on my own. Someone in the Talk and Talk group that, uh, how can I say this? Preencheu the questions. So it's not my credit, but I will commit myself to bring more themes like this in the future because I think it is important. And this person who wrote these questions wrote it in a good way because there are several ways to bring questions and you can go to a bad way, you can ask the wrong questions.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being with me today. Thank you for facing a difficult theme. I hope I'll see you guys some other time. Fabio and Priscilla, it was a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for being in the main room with me. Thank you, Rafa and Lucas. I'll see you some other time. Have a good week, guys. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye,
You
guys.
too,
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Bye
you.
Bye,
bye.
guys.